This is mind-blowing stuff. The California fires are nothing short of catastrophic, leaving destruction and heartache in their wake. Many celebrities had to leave their homes because of evacuation orders, and some of them returned to completely razed ones. And among them was James Woods, who took to Fox News to share his firsthand experience with the devastation. The Hollywood legend did not hold back, as he went on to describe how the local leadership and the governor failed their population, and today we're covering it all. As always, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos just like this.
You posted a video that I watched last night. I think it's right after you posted it, coming right up to your deck. We're watching it now. I'm so sorry for everything you and all of your friends and all the residents of California are going through tonight. Do you know what's happened to your home since?
It's astonishing that what happened during this experience was that we found out that none of us is a celebrity. None of us is a poor person or a rich person, a Democrat or a Republican. We were just neighbors, just really helping each other. That one video was my neighbor who, after we had evacuated, before he evacuated, ran down to my house to try to stop that fire coming over my deck, because he saw it from his deck. I mean, amazing. A fellow named Robert Trinkteller.
As of recording this video, 24 people have lost their lives, and the wildfires have swept through 40,000 acres in the greater Los Angeles area, destroying entire communities and more than 12,300 structures. The Palisades fire is the largest and still least contained, and that's where a lot of celebrities used to live. James's appearance on Fox was on the 9th of January. Since then, he's announced on X that, quote, "A miracle has happened. We managed to get our property and our home that we were told is gone forever, and we found it still standing. In this hellish landscape, standing is relative, but smoke and other damage is not like the utter destruction around us." He was getting many messages supporting him, which led to follow-up posts saying, quote, "So many beautiful messages from all of you. I'm so happy and grateful, but honestly, the entire area looks like the dark side of the moon. It's so fundamentally gut-wrenching and upsetting. It's almost hard to celebrate the joyous news that our home survived." I'm really happy to hear that for him, and hopefully everyone affected will find some sort of way to rebuild and recover as quickly as possible. But when the issue of water management was brought up, James decided to go all out against Gavin Newsom.
A return to competent leadership. This may be a wake-up call. We're not trying to make this political, but when you can't get water and your homes are burning and you have people trapped in their homes who don't have the ability to walk out, that's a problem. That's a real problem that has to be solved. So, James, I'm glad you were, I think you were the first one to actually put that out there last night.
Laura, with all due respect, if it is true that things were handled this way, if it is true that Gavin Newsom is the absolute blithering idiot that I believe he is in the way he has handled fire management in this state again and again and again and again, this isn't a wake-up call. This is the kind of thing they have tribunals for, where they try people and say, you had an oath of office to perform certain duties. When you're the fire chief, this isn't a social justice exercise that you're in charge of. This is you getting water to areas that need water because there are fires in 100-mile-an-hour winds burning houses to the ground.
So let's get things cleared up. There was an NBC interview where Newsom was boasting the reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis- and disinformation, I don't think, advantages or aids any of us. Right after being pressed by the reporter that one of them was actually empty, he quickly tried to play hero, saying, quote, "That's exactly what triggering my desire to get the investigation to understand what was happening with the local reservoir. So what's the reality of the situation? That local reservoir Newsom was referring to is the Santa Ynez Reservoir, which actually holds 117 million gallons of water. The Los Angeles Department of Water and Power said, quote, "It took the reservoir offline in February for repairs to meet safe drinking water regulation. Now the issue we're being told that they have is with water pressure." Janice Quinones, who is the head of the LA Department of Water and Power, revealed that, quote, "We're fighting a wildfire with urban water systems, and that is really challenging, and water demand was 4 times higher than usual for 15 hours straight as firefighters rushed to put out the flames. That's why lower water means lower pressure, which means less water could be pumped through the pipes, leaving hydrants dry." However, the former director of the same department, Martin Adams, revealed that, quote, "Had the Santa Ynez Reservoir been operable, water pressure in the Palisades would have lasted longer, but he clarified that, quote, while it would have helped, it wouldn't have saved the day. So you can safely assume that this was the type of perfect storm that needed a lot of things to go wrong for it to cause this much devastation. The city's mayor also got her fair share of criticism from James, and he made some valid points.
James, I want to ask you about something that when you said last night we couldn't get any water, there was no water at the hydrants.
Yeah.
A lot has been discussed today about why that is. We're going to get into a little bit more of that in the next segment. But you guys pay, I think, the highest taxes in the United States. If not, you and New York are kind of tied, or Illinois, but among the highest. No water in the hydrants. 17.6 million cut from the fire department. Karen Bass, a recent headline, I think you might have tweeted that out from the New York Post.
Yeah. And our new fire chief, has, and by the way, LA Fire Department is fantastic. The people, it's like the people who work for the federal government, so many of us are good people, but the people in charge, she took over and she put on her bio that her priority, my highest priority, is inclusion, diversity, and equity. That is my priority. And somebody forgot to fill all the reservoirs, I guess, with water, because when I was getting smoke alarms, there was a fire truck parked in front of my house. But they couldn't pump any water because there was none, because they didn't put them in the reservoirs.
That is spot on. The LA Fire Department Chief Kirsten Crowley came under a lot of criticism because of her DEI comments, but she also stated there was a, quote, $17.4 million cut to the department's 2025 budget, which she explained led to, quote, over 100 fire apparatus are out of service since the budget cuts estimated civilian positions such as mechanics. Scott Jennings also gave his thoughts on this, saying, quote, we have DEI, we have budget cuts, and yet I'm wondering now, if your house is burning down, how much do you care what color the firefighters are? I would personally say it would not be a thought to cross any sane human's mind, just not even the smallest bit. Why not hire the best and most qualified firefighters out there? This shouldn't be about filling any quota or checking boxes. It should be about protecting people, families, and communities. Simply put, every decision in this field carries massive consequence, and the stakes could not be higher. Just like he opened with a message of unity, James ended the interview on one as well.
You were showing a little area in the Palisades by the village there, and it was a little square. I don't know if you recall it just a few moments ago. On the 4th of July in the Palisades, everybody would have folding chairs that would be set out with their names on them, and would have a little 4th of July parade. Everybody had flags. It was like America at its best. Nobody cared whether you were a Democrat or a Republican or black or white or green or yellow or gay or straight. It was people celebrating the 4th of July in a beautiful little neighborhood with sidewalks, and you feel safe, and there's no tents and needles and crap, and it is paradise.
In times of crisis, unity should rise above all else. Disasters don't care if we vote red or blue, they impact lives indiscriminately, leaving communities devastated. When tragedy strikes, it's not about politics, it's about coming together to help support and rebuild. It's about standing shoulder to shoulder, offering strength to those who've lost so much. To the people affected by the California wildfires, our heart does go out to you. We send our prayers, wishes, and hopes for recovery. And I'd love to know your thoughts here, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.